So a week before the holidays is when I like to give my oven another quick cleaning. I don't clean my oven once a year, obviously, but when there is, an upcoming holiday event, I do like to make sure that the oven is clean because I'm going to obviously do a lot of oven use, and for baking or for making meats of any sort. And I just like to work with a clean surface, clean oven. And this is extremely dirty, as you can see. It's been quite a few weeks since I've cleaned it, and I've used it, within that time I've used it quite a bit. And as you can see, there's crumbs down there from baking and things that have spilled over and whatnot. And so it's really important to make sure that your oven's clean, because this kind of stuff down here is what you don't want to work with when you're making a turkey or you're doing a lot of baking. I have a self oven cleaner on my stove, so I use that to get the majority of the oven cleaned, and then at that point I just do the remainder of the cleaning. So I'm going to go ahead and use these couple of hours to do the self cleaning, and then just finish off the rest, and then I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. The stove is nice and clean, and the self-clean just really helped a whole lot. It did get the majority of everything out, disintegrated all the crumbs, so it was really easy to clean up. So if you have, which I assume everyone does have, a self-cleaning oven, those are amazing. I mean, it does take a few hours. You have to use it at a time where you know you're not going to use your oven, but I think mine takes, I don't know, maybe 4 hours. But it does a really good job. All I have to do is, at that point when it's done, I just clean the remainder of the crumbs and whatever needs to be cleaned, and it's good to go. I'm happy that I have one more thing off my list that I don't have to do. It's already done. It's good to go. And of course I can use my oven before Thanksgiving if I want. The whole reason for cleaning it before that time is because, like I said earlier, you do a lot of baking and cooking, and if you have all those crumbs and old burnt crumbs and food that you have down there, you don't want those odors and stuff to carry on over to your new food. So it's really good to make sure that your oven's clean. So this is one more thing off my list. So another thing that you want to do a week before your event, or you can do it days before, is to clean the refrigerator. I like to do it a week before just because I know days before I'm going to be busy grocery shopping and prepping for other sorts of things. So it's a week before Thanksgiving, and I am going to clean out my refrigerator. I clean my refrigerator about once a week, but I also have a family of 6. It's my husband and I and 4 children, and the refrigerator gets pretty dirty really fast. I mean, I just cleaned it last week, and as you can see, there's spillage, if that's even a word, but things that have spilled, crumbs of different sorts. I mean, just a hot mess.com. And then this is also a good time when you clean out your fridge. It's also a good time to get rid of stuff that you just absolutely do not need. Just different condiments and sauces and vegetables and things in Tupperwares that no one's gonna eat, things that have expired. I'm gonna go ahead and do this now because it absolutely needs it, and then in the couple of days leading up I may do another quick clean. It's not going to be a deep clean, but maybe just a quick cleanup as well. I'm gonna go ahead and do this now, and then I'll show you the after. I'm done with the cleaning of the refrigerator. This took maybe about 20 minutes to do. And now I'm just gonna put the remaining food that I had right back in. And the best time to clean your fridge out is right before you do a grocery run. That way, obviously, for obvious reasons, you put in your fresh groceries in a nice clean fridge. And the second would be, there's less to do. You don't have to take out all that food you just purchased and, you know, do your fridge cleaning. You can just, you know, have it as empty as possible and then go out and do your grocery shopping. You want to make sure that your bar is also nice and clean. Glasses are cleaned, trays are cleaned. I cleaned this one last week, if you could remember, in my silver polishing segment. I already polished this, so that's good to go. And just making sure that, you know, glasses are cleaned and you have your mixers cleaned. Ice buckets cleaned as well. If you don't entertain or use this stuff on a regular basis, it can get, you know, dusty or needing to be cleaned. For example, the ice bucket, that might need to be cleaned out, things of that sort. Make sure you have things you might need to make your specialty drinks or whatnot. Make sure you have napkins and stirrers and things of that sort. So I actually moved this. We're doing some painting in our dining room, and I just decided for a change and to, you know, do another color. And I've moved my little bar setup to another area until that gets painted. So at any rate, that's another tip, is to make sure that your bar area and glasses are cleaned and ready to go. The next thing that I wanted to share with you all was doing a little bit of inventory. That really helps me a lot each year that I plan my Thanksgiving. And it's really important to do this kind of inventory because, you know, your Thanksgivings may vary from time to time. You may have extra guests that are coming, and you may need to take inventory of your plates and silverware, things of that sort. Another reason why I like doing inventory as well is I may have new recipes or dishes that I'm going to bring out, and I need to make sure that you know, I have enough serving platters, you know, for that extra particular dish, or that I have the proper supplies to make them. For example, if I'm making a bundt cake, well, it sounds nice to make, but if you don't have the, you know, bundt cake mold, then you would need to go out and buy one. So things of that sort that you will need to kind of look through your Thanksgiving planner, look through your menu, and just kind of see if maybe there's a cake mold, or you're going to make cupcakes but you don't have cupcake molds. Things of that sort that you just don't plan for, and you don't want to do this the last minute. That you don't want to do. You're going to be so busy with Thanksgiving. Let's be honest, do you really have time to get a bundt cake mold? No, most likely not. So make sure that you have a lot of this stuff prior to your Thanksgiving event, so that you don't have to run around like a chicken without a head and look for all these things. You'll have them, they're already here, and that's why it's good to do inventory of your things. For example, I had a new drink that I wanted to make. It's some sort of apple cider sangria. It sounded divine. It was on Pinterest, and I think I spoke about it last week, and I needed a pitcher, so I bought a pitcher right there just for that particular drink that I want to make. So this is why I love to do this, because I bring everything out that I possibly could think of that I may need. I do this a week or maybe days before my event, and I just keep this stuff here. I put it on a table that I'm not going to be using and just keep it there. And then I wash all this stuff days before the event. So as you can see here, I just brought some things just to show you. For example, pie plates. I have these casserole dishes that I use to make my side dishes in the oven. And again, I am making a bundt cake this year, a pumpkin one that just sounded so yummy. And so I have a bundt cake mold. And then here I just have this, it's a little pumpkin jar, and sometimes I fill it with fall candy or things of that sort. I don't know, but I bring that out every year. Again, I have my pitcher. Back there I have my silver coffee server. And right next to that I have one roasting pan. I have several, but I just brought one out so you can see. I have my roasting pans back there, and that stock pot, it's really big. That's what I use to put my turkey in, believe it or not. The brining bag fits nicely in there. I've used that for a couple of years now, and I've had no problems with it. So it's just a really tall stock pot I use to brine my turkey in. So I brought that out. Cups and saucers, I brought a few of those out. Silver serving bowls are really good too to serve your stuff in. And a couple of platters that I have here. I have more platters, but this is one that I bring out as well for Thanksgiving, that I put either my ham or prime rib or turkey. Actually, no, I have one for turkey. This is for other types of meats. And make sure you have a lot of those platters. And then here, silver's polished. I already went through that earlier to show you. And then also your table linens. Make sure that you have brought those out, and make sure you wash them and press them, you know, iron them, and make sure that those are good to go. So I'm going to be ironing these here in the next few days, and just ensuring that these are things that I don't have to do. They're on my to-do list, and I try to knock them out as quickly as I can so I have more time to focus on other things like grocery shopping and cooking, baking, you know, pies you can do ahead of time. And you don't want to be too concerned with doing any of this kind of stuff the week of Thanksgiving. The less that you can do, the better, which is why I've even done this Thanksgiving prep vlog, just to kind of help you to make things more simple and less chaotic. So I hope that you have enjoyed the video. I hope that some of these tips have been useful to you. I enjoy sharing all this with you. Thanks for watching.